Out of so many characters in the world of animation, Charlie Brown is one that I truly do give my deep sympathy for. There's an old song from the 1950s that goes by the name of Charlie Brown, and if I remember correctly, the opening lyrics go something like this: Fee fee fi fi fo fo fum. I smell smoke in the auditorium. Charlie Brown, he's a clown. That Charlie Brown, he's gonna get caught. Just you wait and see. Why is everybody always picking on me? Just that last sentence alone. Why is everybody always picking on me? I I question that too, Charlie Brown. I really do. But before the song became a thing, you had yourself the Peanuts classic comics that was done by Charles Schultz. One of the greatest comics that's ever been written out there. You have Charlie Brown, you have Lucy and Linus Van Pelt. Of course, you got the lovable Snoopy and Woodstock. You got Schroeder. You got Pigpen. You got Peppermint Patty and Marcy. Franklin, so many lovable characters, so many wonderful personalities that just grow on you, and you understand their traits and who they are as human beings. And whenever you watch a Peanuts film, whether it's a full motion picture, or if it's a short or a TV series or a holiday special, or if you're traveling up to the present time and watching a movie surrounding the Peanuts where you are opening up a whole new audience to a younger generation to introduce them to these wonderful cast of characters that we as human beings grew up as young children watching from the past, how many decades and beyond to the present times. Almost everybody knows from their young youth of seeing the Peanuts, whether it's the Halloween, the Thanksgiving, the Christmas, New Year's, Easter, Valentine's Day, whatever. At least anybody's seen one of those classic specials or a full motion picture. You have about at least four, well, five now Peanuts pictures. You had A Boy Named Charlie Brown, The Great Race Charlie Brown, Snoopy Come Home. I know there's a fourth one. I can't remember what it was, but I've seen all the Peanuts movies. I've seen all the specials. I've seen the show. The Peanuts was one of the biggest cartoons of my childhood, along with many, many other that I can literally give you a whole smorgasbord of cartoons that I can name off the top of my head that were a big part of my childhood. But the Peanuts was one of those, along with many other ones that we all grew up with. The fun personalities, the shenanigans, the sympathy, the likes, the warmth, the fuzzy wuzziness that you get. All those feelings that you got from those Peanuts classics for so many years was in this movie right here. Now, since this is more of a present time film, the fact that when this movie was made to give love, dedication, honor, tribute, and once again a reminder and expanding these characters, storytelling, uh, the humor, the personality traits, gags, whatever. Everything what made the Peanuts was all thrown into this film, and it was just absolutely beautiful. Slapstick comedy, sympathy, educational value thrown into it. Some new words that you learned. That was one thing about the Peanuts that made them so special, is that there was always some sort of educational value that you got from anything involving the pictures that you see. And in this one, you definitely get that in this one. So Charlie Brown, we all know about Charlie Brown. The poor kid never seems to catch a break. On Halloween, he gets rocks for Christmas. On Thanksgiving, his friends seem to come over to his house without even getting a proper invitation. Instead of getting a turkey dinner with the stuffing, the cranberry sauce, the ham or the yam squash or whatever the hell it is, the mashed potatoes, the buttermilk biscuits from Pillsbury, Instead of all having a nice big feast, they get toast, jelly beans, and popcorn, and for some reason an ice cream sundae that just randomly sits there that they never even touched. Charlie Brown for Christmas. He wants to get a little tree for their little recital. The poor little tree puts one decoration on and the tree droops, but thankfully there was a redeeming factor. Everyone came and they fixed up Charlie Brown's tree and made him feel a lot better. New Year's, he was supposed to spend time with his friends and have a nice little party. The poor kid had to read the book War and Peace because he had to do a book report on it for class. Valentine's Day, he doesn't get no love. Easter, he doesn't get no Easter basket. St. Patrick's Day doesn't get no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. 4th of July, he doesn't get to see the fireworks. Poor Charlie Brown. He never gets a chance to enjoy the holidays properly because, like mentioned, it always depresses him. I know how he feels with that statement. Even when every time when he's around his friends, they always have to go by his full name, Charlie Brown. Always have to give him some sort of grief. Even his own dog, Snoopy, has to give him some sort of grief. Why? Because he's Charlie Brown. He's the one that everyone needs to pick on. But at the same time, they all love him because that's one thing with friends is that if you can't give your own good best friends a hard time, then they're not really your friends. So everybody in this film, Lucy, Linus, Pigpen, Peppermint Patty, who obviously is a tomboy who has a oh so generous heart for good old Chuck. She even gives him a hard time. But in this movie, there is a new student in their school who is a brand new little redheaded girl. Charlie Brown obviously falls head over heels for somebody called Tears for Fears or the Go-Go's to play one of those Toe songs. Hell, somebody give Cutting Crew a call to play I Just Died in Your Arms when she walks into the classroom and he looks at her and starts blushing in his face. Just play that track in the background and boom, there you go. Romantic first falling in love Romeo and Juliet scene right there. Except Romeo notices Juliet and Juliet doesn't notice Romeo. But here's another thing, though, is that Charlie Brown thinks he can never do anything right at all to gain sympathy. However, he ends up doing something right, getting a proper, straightforward grade on his test. However, there ends up being a miscombobulation that transpires, and that's a big word right there. And he's trying to tell the people, but obviously, you know how it's going to happen. Give him sympathy for once, but he's trying to be truthful and honest, and then, you know, it blows up in his face, unfortunately. So you got your little story there in a brand new light, but everything right there is that you can feel so much sympathy, so much relation of knowing what it's like. You see a girl who's beautiful, has the features you like, has nice eyes, nice hair, nice form, good personality, nice smile. The little things that make a woman that you like about her visually appeal. When you even talk to her, or try to talk to her, she's got a warm heart and grows some sort of nice sympathy for you that you end up that ends up making your heart, you know, pound a lot more faster than it did prior beforehand. Those feelings are there in this film of knowing what it's like to talk to a girl you like. You want to get to know her. Also, when you feel like you've done something right but it ends up being something wrong, you got to be open and honest and not lie about it. Getting some fame for the first time, getting some love. Trying to be honest with everybody that, you know what, hey, this shit happened and I'm trying to tell you all exactly what the truth is. But not just the whole heartfelt relation and sympathetic stuff that values. The biggest thing that I absolutely loved about the film was everything that I've already said is that the characters, the personalities, you learn who everybody is, you learn their connections, the whole gags of for so many years, you know, hearing the whole sound effects of the teachers, never really seeing who the adults are, but actually hearing some trombone sounds being portrayed as the teachers or parents are talking in the interactions. It's perfect. The classic old school sound effects that are being portrayed that you would hear in all those Looney Tune cartoons was thrown into this. The story of Snoopy and the Red Baron. That's another thing that happens in this film is that besides the story with Charlie Brown, Snoopy, there is a whole entire concept going on where he's playing as a World War One pilot, and he's finally going against the Red Baron. He's sitting on his doghouse with his little goggles and his hat, and he's flying through the sky, and he's the Red Baron. Does he finally beat the Red Baron once and for all? Only time will tell. Find out in the next episode. So that is another thing that happens, is that you see Snoopy's personality, the fun, giddy, bubbly, laughing, and just all around good guy Snoopy that everyone just knows and loves and feels so much love and warmth with. That's the beauty about this film, is that you just feel happy when watching it. It puts you in a good mood. It gives you a warmth feeling in your cold heart that you are actually feeling some sort of joy, some sort of fuzzy. You want to know what you feel like when you're watching this film? You feel like you're in bed. You got all those heavy blankets wrapped up on you, and you feel like one big cinnamon bun. You're all happy and everything. That's what this movie makes you feel, is that you feel happy and you feel like you're all wrapped up in blankets, and you feel like you feel like a nice warm cinnamon bun that just got out of the oven. Oh, the positivity, the happiness, the dialogue. Oh, that's just such a wonderful film to watch. But another thing about the movie that is just beautiful is that the animation. It is just, it's just adorable. It's so much more details with the whole nature aspect of school, so many more different shots, just so much more amazing, since it's more up to date. All the animation that we've known from past being hand drawn, and for this being more like I think a stop motion, I think, type of way. I can't really figure out what kind of animation it is, but since this is much more of a present time where you got more vibrant colors, more details on the faces, the hair, the clothing, the nature, the whole perspective of their surroundings, so much more details and much more of an amazing color scheme thrown out. So the animation is just absolutely beautiful, and you can't go wrong with just noticing little details like that. So the Peanuts movie, it's a wonderful story. It's relatable, it's heartfelt, it makes you happy, it makes you feel good, it makes you feel like a young kid again of watching the Peanuts again. It's an amazing story. Bring a wonderful light to a new younger generation of introducing them who the Peanuts characters are, with the wonderful characters and personalities that you end up learning about. The gags, the humor, the mannerisms, it needs no explanation because it's all there and it's just perfect. Snoopy's story, Charlie Brown's story, it's just so wonderful. So overall, my thoughts on the Peanuts movie is that it is a film that is a 5 out of 5 for me. One of the best movies I saw from the 2015 year. It's definitely something that was well worth bringing out to the public eye for everybody, and it definitely brought some more love once again and giving you all who the Peanuts are and letting everybody know we didn't forget about you at all, and we're going to remind you exactly who we are. So that is my little thoughts on the Peanuts movie. It is a wonderful film, absolutely wonderful, and I hope you all have seen this movie. If not, definitely check this out if you want to watch something that'll put you in a good mood and feel some sort of heart, relation, sympathy, and all the other good stuff. And also want to see some colorful animation. There you go. So let me know down below your thoughts on the Peanuts movie. Let me know your favorite Peanuts special or favorite film besides this one, your favorite Peanuts character. So that's my little talk with you all about the Peanuts movie, and ciao for now.